O Lord, you have searched me and known me. You know when I sit down in the driver's seat and when I rise up through the gears. You discern my thoughts from a car. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. A very warm welcome on this very dreek Friday morning as I record another Thoughts from a Car. Another reason for you to get up in the morning. Right. So, as I said, it's a Friday morning here. I'm on my way to work. And last night there were elections in England, Scotland and Wales. And there were council elections and I think local government elections in Scotland and Wales anyway. So as I woke up today, I happened to glance at BBC News' website, and as I left the house, the party Reform was ahead in the number of councillors that had been elected. So they were well ahead of the Labour Party and the Conservative Party and the Liberal Democrats, the three traditional political parties in the UK. And Reform is a fairly new political entity. It is a sort of morphing of UKIP and then the Brexit Party, and then it became Reform. So it's an anti-Europe, anti-immigration, that sort of vibe to it. But it's gaining a lot of traction at the minute, and it's certainly ahead in the polls as I record. And it, again, what struck me, again, why I'm making this video, it's not because I particularly dislike Reform, which I do. I don't have any truck with them at all. It's to do with, I think, how people view things, view problems, look at the world around us. And what's happening with Reform is a reflection, in the sense of what happened in America, where the populist vote took over. And people in America said, we're sick of the traditional Republicans, we're sick of the Democrats, they don't get anything done. We'll vote in this radical, this rogue, this fella who's going to shake up American politics and drain the swamp and all that sort of stuff. How did that go? Yeah, so we see how that is going. And in the UK, certainly, with Reform, there seems to be that sort of feeling. The people are sick with the Tories and Labour and the Lib Dems, and they want something new. And that's how these populist votes, these populist parties work. They offer simple solutions to simple problems. So you create a simple problem, you create a simple solution to a simple problem. So in regards to Reform, it appears to be immigration. It's boats coming across the English Channel, it's asylum seekers, it's that sort of thing. And they've painted this picture to indicate that all the problems in the UK are caused by immigration and by immigrants. And if only we could get rid of these immigrants, then everything would be back to the good old days. You get echoes of Make America Great Again and sort of Make Britain Great Again or whatever. But that is such a simplistic outlook. I mean, it's easy to give easy answers if the problem you've created is an easy one. The problem is there are too many immigrants. we will deal with the immigrants and therefore all the problems will disappear. And that's just rubbish. That's nonsense. How can that be? Life is generally or mostly more complicated than simple one problem, one solution models. You know, and whether it's economics, whether it's social stuff, whether it's politics, it doesn't matter what it is, it can be very complicated. There are so many factors, there's so many dynamics involved in it, that the reason possibly why all these problems weren't solved by the traditional parties in the past were maybe it was because those sorts of problems aren't easy to solve. They require time, they require investment, they require restructuring, they require all these different things. And that's not easy when we're in a quick fix, instant gratification society. So if you're not getting something, I mean, you look at, just coming to my head, you look at English football's managers. You could be a manager of a Premier football club for weeks before you're sacked, because everybody wants success. Everybody wants them to keep winning and winning and winning. And if you lose matches, then you're out. If you lose 10 in a row, your future is in doubt. And yet sometimes, I don't know anything about managing a football team, but I presume that sometimes you've got to raise it to the ground and then start to build and start to work and you know, and all that sort of stuff. And it can take many seasons of football before you've built up something that is the best thing you can do. But we want everything done right now, and everything is not that simple. It really, really isn't. And if you focus on just one issue and say that that issue is the cause of all the problems that we're experiencing, then really you're going to find out that that's not the case, as they've done in America. All these promises about having the price of electricity within 12 months, well, that hasn't come about. Even the first term, the wall that was going to be built to keep the Mexicans out and Mexico was going to pay for it, that hasn't happened. The idea that, you know, prices are going to drop, again, it hasn't happened. That fuel and energy prices are going to drop, again, hasn't happened. That the war in Ukraine would be solved within one day, the first day of inauguration, again, that hasn't happened. You know, so it's easy to make problems and offer simple solutions. And my fear with the Reform Party is that it's going to get support, because people will be sick of what's going on and believe that they will be able to solve it. But they are no different from the Tories or the Labour Party or the Lib Dems. There is no simple quick fix to any of these things. It requires a little bit of thinking and planning, a bit of commitment, probably a bit of sacrifice in many ways. But anyway, look, we shall see how those elections over in England and Scotland and Wales go in the rest as the day progresses, I'm sure. And I hope you have a nice day. It's raining here, so we're back to normal in Ireland. So I hope you have an enjoyable day, whatever you're doing. And sure, I shall see you. I'm going around the roundabout, so I can't sign off just yet. I've got to wait till the steering wheel is straight ahead. I will see you sometime soon. Bye bye now.